Like on a job, I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview. I got the job. I got the job. I got a job. I got the job. Got the job.
If real shows ain't produced, it ain't fake.
Like on a job, I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I'm putting in work. Y'all getting faded. I'm on time for my check. You boys late. If I say I want a promo, they gon' pay. My family straight. I'm getting paid. I'm highly favored. Resume layer. I just went and grabbed my suit. You know it's tailored. I need some cream in my coffee. Love that flavor. Leave some snacks up on my desk. Vanilla wafers. I got a meeting coming up. I see you later. It's nothing personal. I'm all about my paper. Oh, you don't got the right skills. Can get this flavor. If you really about your biz, put it on paper. We pay our taxes. My bees hack. If it do not got our stamp, then they hacked you. We certified while them other companies acting. Go ahead, send it $30. Get it crackin'. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. Come be a boss. I got the sauce. They let you go, then that company took a loss. Yeah, 25 bands, 55 bands, 75 bands, 100K advance. Come get these increments. Baby, you be working. This increase worth a Birkin. Make them pay because you worth it. You're impressive, that's for certain. Secretary was a clerk. Saw my raise and went berserk. My new resume, it worked. Like on the job, I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job.
If real shows ain't produced, it ain't fake.
Like on a job, I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. I'm putting in work. Y'all getting faded. I'm on time for my check. You boys late. If I say I want a promo, they gon' pay. My family straight. I'm getting paid. I'm highly favored. Resume layer. I just went and grabbed my suit. You know it's tailored. I need some cream in my coffee. Love that flavor. Leave some snacks up on my desk. Vanilla wafers. I got a meeting coming up. I see you later. It's nothing personal. I'm all about my paper. Oh, you don't got the right skills. Can get this flavor. If you really about your biz, put it on paper. We pay our taxes. My bees hack. If it do not got our stamp, then they hacked you. We certified while them other companies acting. Go ahead, send it $30. Get it crackin'. Black on the job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job. I got a job. Come be a boss. I got the sauce. They let you go, then that company took a loss. Yeah, 25 bands, 55 bands, 75 bands, 100K advance. Come get these increments. Baby, you be working. This increase worth a Birkin. Make them pay because you worth it. You're impressive, that's for certain. Secretary was a clerk. Saw my raise and went berserk. My new resume, it worked. Like on a job. I got a bob. Enhancement on my resume is live. I'm educated. Don't say we dated. I'm a CEO. Don't call me no Miss Lady. I'm with the Hive. I just got a new promotion. Give me 5. I just left my interview and it was 5. They say I'm hired. I got the job.
Hi guys. Happy early Mother's Day. Hi. I see all my mama bees in the Hive today. And we got a special guest. Let me see who's in the Hive. Okay, we got Rena April. Hey, April. Kenya, Malika, Shaddai. Okay, I told you gotta make sure that you come into the lives. You would have known about this. Zell, Bukala. Oh, I gotta make sure y'all get copies of the song. Hold on, let me make sure y'all got y'all little situation. How I share it from here? Hold on, cause Zell and them, Zell and them be listening. Y'all know they on YouTube, so they can comment. Hold on, how I do it? Oh, there we go. Hold on, Zell, I'm coming. Let me see. I've been learning I told y'all know I'm a Slytherin bee now. I'm Python. I'm coding now, y'all. Hi, Mia, Ash. Hi, guys. My favorite bee is our mom bees. And this is such a good topic for a good day. Okay, so y'all know we always got to start with the story, right? Of course. So y'all know that when we first started, hey, Giovanna. Hey, girl, how you been? Now, okay, y'all about to have me all over the place. Y'all know Giovanna is one of our favorite mom bees. She actually does consulting for mothers as well. She took our DEI and instructional design workshop a few years ago, and she utilizes skills there to open up her own consultant business where I believe you help moms with special needs, right, Giovanna? I believe she helps moms with special needs. So, with children with special needs, excuse me. So yes, y'all. So I love our mom bees. As a foster child, I will say that every single time when people say, "Oh my gosh, I miss it," how can I mentor under you and who mentored you? I always tell you guys, I'm a voice of 1,000 women, and I truly should say I'm a voice of 1,000 mothers. I am a community baby. I will tell y'all that until the day I die. I am a community baby. The entire community raised me. When my mama was out there being a fast ass doing them drugs in the 90s with the rest of our mamas, y'all know, being a hot tail with my daddy, the community stepped up, okay? Now we got, our mamas, sometimes they be playing too much. That was my mama. But thank God, because I was able to be raised by so many Black women. And when I first went to start Black on the Job, the first person that came to me was admin Laura. She had her son, we call him Day Day. He's not as bad as he used to be. And I remember her showing so much to me about project management and organization and so many of the skills that she learned being a mom. She taught us in how to organize and the fancy word, operationalize Black on the Job, And so every single year, every single month, just knowing our community makeup, right? So let's talk the facts. When we're looking at the facts, we know that 3 out of 4 Black women are mothers, right? And we are also the most highly educated. And I found new statistics that showed that Black women actually contribute more to the workplace than any other group as far as women is concerned. As far as races are concerned, and more than even white men. And that was judged by impact and longevity, And so, Esther, you have to find Lane. Something happened. I think she thought that because she was in a waiting room. I didn't see her. But just tell her to go back to the same thing she was at. So, y'all know I can't do 2 things at once, y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all know we got Esther here. We know y'all got Esther in the Hive now. Nothing better than having Esther in the Hive, okay? So yes, so I found that study, and then when it was time to grow black on the job, right? Because at first, I mean, some of y'all are a little bit more organized. Some of our business owners, I wasn't. Okay, I wasn't. I was a hood girl. Okay, y'all take a little nigga out of Compton and give her a business. She don't know shit about finances. I don't know shit about finances. I didn't have finances to know finances. So when folks start paying me and stuff, I got scared. Okay, I got real scared. I didn't know what to do. So I was working my full-time job and running black on the job. And then I met Admin Lane. And Admin Lane at the time had 3 children, and she was doing financial consulting and credit repair, and she helped me get my money in order. Okay, I never in my life, but you, I tell you all the time, your money is connected to your life. And she really, she got me together, y'all. It was like Admin Lane was my mama. Okay, I was doing shit I wasn't supposed to do. Okay, I was using a business debit card like this at Chick-fil-A. You can't do that, Sam. I can't. Well, they paid me. No, Sam. What happened to payroll? I almost fucked around with the church's money one time, y'all. Spent the wrong money. It was a mess, okay? But mama saved me. Mothers have saved me. And what I realized is that part of the reason why moms don't get as much credit for the skill sets that they have is because it's better to keep moms in overproduction by keeping them from the mindset that they are not as valuable as they're supposed to be. And at Black on the Job, that was one of the very first things we changed. So when Admin Laura came, within maybe I would say 3 to 4 months, we had the first single mom. She had multiple children. She hadn't worked in a while. Nigga ran out of her. Y'all know the story. It's some of y'all story. Y'all know the story. Left her with all them damn kids. Okay. And she was like, girl, I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And I need some help. And so we were asking her about her work history, and she was like, I don't do anything but, like, raise my children. And I remember I was on one of the most, this is back in the day when we didn't have Zoom, y'all. We couldn't afford Zoom. Okay. So we all on a 3-way call. If you've been with us for a while, you remember when we used to call you. Just pick up the cell phone and be like, that's how we used to be. Yeah, so you got a resume review call with us. We was effective, but we was ghetto as hell. Okay. We was effective and ghetto. Okay. So I remember being on a 3-way call with Admin Laura, and Admin Laura just poured into that mom. We went over, tell her, yes, I heard the click, but I don't know if she came. Yes, she here. Um, but yes, I remember being on that call and Admin Laura discussing all of her different skills. I remember Admin Laura because at that time, Laura was a project coordinator, and she poured into her. She told her about how her scheduling was organizational strategy, and that woman had not worked, and I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 years, and I right there on the phone, y'all. I mean, 3-way, okay, 3-way like this, okay, and or Admin Laura talking, and I'm trying to type and shit. And mind you, we don't have money like that, okay. So I had an iPad at the time, same one I still got, okay, and I was sitting here typing the shit out. And I remember afterwards when we were sitting there looking at it, when she talked to her about financial literacy and organizational development and, strategic planning and risk assessment and crisis management. And I'm just typing my phone. And I was just like, oh my God, this is true. Like, this is true. This is the powers of being a mom. And these are things that when we say skills pay bills, y'all mamas are thrown right into the ringer. Okay, especially Black mamas. I still don't know how y'all do it. I got a dog, and it is a complete getting joy boy through my life around. So when y'all be talking about y'all got kids and y'all got multiple kids, I'm like, I know the skills now because I saw it firsthand. So, anyways, Laura was telling her, career coaching her. This is back in the day, right? Laura career coaching her and shit. I'm on the phone trying to type up the resume with one hand, put her on speaker, getting everything together, and we got a resume. We put together a resume, and that end up being a legal assistant, same thing as a paralegal for a law firm out of New York. She stayed in that position for 3 months, and then they moved her into a legal project coordinator. After that, she ended up being their legal project manager, and now she's director of client services at one of the largest law firms in New York. And she has done all of this by being a mom. Okay. And I remember that we concentrated so much on legal because she had a child that was special needs, that she had to do a lot of advocacy work. This is before the pandemic. Okay. Black on the Job been around since 2018. Y'all know we turned 7 years this month, next month. We were born on June 10th, right? That's why our Juneteenth is so big. But yes, we end up looking at her advocacy, her IEP, her compliance. She was going back and forth to the court. Now, during the pandemic, and when we was under Democratic presidency, it was a little bit easier to get them alphabet reports for the kids, right? But this was before that. So this was 2018. And I remember her discussing how difficult it was for her and how she had went to the law library and she had studied different laws, and how after she had advocated for her child who had special needs, she had helped other moms. And then she created like this cute little like manual situation. Well, we called it a manual on that damn resume. Okay. I remember writing manual, and we had ended up putting it together for her, her resume, and she just kept flourishing. But it was all based on her love for her child, her compassion, her dedication, and her fight. Her fight, her fight. And this is something that I tell the team often, because some of the labels we like to stay away from as Black women, such as angry, but anger has a reason, and the anger is here for a reason. Now, I ain't gonna get too spiritual with y'all religious, but God didn't give us nothing that we could waste, and if that mom was not angry for the way that her child was being treated and was not angry, you can't advocate without anger. There's no such thing as advocacy if you ain't mad about something. The fuck going on around here? That's what's wrong right now, right? We looking at the progressive, the blue folks, Democrats. I don't like to get too political, but some of them niggas need to act like they pissed off about some shit. I was waiting on Obama ass. I said, God damn, I know you and Michelle tired, but are you about to get mad? He started crying about a week ago, so he good now. But we have to have advocacy and anger, and that fire pushes, right? That anger causes for someone to act quickly and act swiftly, right? And Black women, especially Black mothers, saying, oh no, you ain't, that's what you're not about to do. And I'm going to tell you why is one of the main reasons that when we look at mothers who are stay-at-home moms and we start doing their resumes, that we look at that piece. Okay. And so today I'm going to share with you guys some little tidbits. I pulled some of our mom resumes who are stay-at-home moms as a career, right? How we place it on their resumes. I also got some leads for you guys. I have been looking at some of our partnerships and companies that do a lot of hiring. Come on, boy. Come on. You want to say hi? It's about real babies, skin babies, not fur babies tonight. Okay? This is not about fur baby night. This is not the fur baby night. You always want some damn attention. Yeah, I don't know how y'all parents be doing it, but y'all see, I can't even keep up the damn dog. Okay? I want to show you guys how we write it on a resume, what it looks like, as well as some leads. I spoke with the different our corporate partners, and I've also looked at companies that are parent friendly. We have a list that usually when we get a stay-at-home mom, someone who's been a mom for a while, and I know that all y'all are not stay-at-home moms, so that goes without saying. But what I did look at is companies that were very open, right? And that some of them are actually super excited when we send them stay-at-home moms and the skill sets that they see from there. Okay. And we got a mom with us. So here goes. We're about to add on Admin Lane because she is one of our moms who helped get me together, y'all. I let Admin Lane tell y'all I was a wreck, y'all. Do you know that's why I own my shit? Because I knew I was doing some crazy stuff. Okay. Hi, Lane. Uh-oh, did I do something wrong? I didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, there you go. It's her internet. Can you hear me? Oh, we can't hear you yet. Did I do the right one? I probably didn't click the right one. Did I click the right one? I did click the right one. Okay, y'all. Y'all know she in North Carolina. That's not always the place to be. Hold on, we're gonna give Elaine a second to get her little internets together since she is staticky. Okay. He's such a cute dog, Amber. He a mess. Okay, he a mess. Come here. Look, y'all. He over here just looking at me. Y'all see this? Y'all see what he be doing? Okay. Lane, you got your internets together? You got your internets together? She don't. Esther, help her. Tell her I can see her, but I can't hear her. Okay, y'all. So first, let's look at mom skills. Okay. Y'all remember Lane? Oh Lord, y'all. Lane got a fan club. Esther, Lane got a fan club here. Okay, Lane got a fan club. All right. So I want to show y'all my mommy skills that we always use on the resumes and how we use them. Okay. So first off, y'all got to know y'all matter. So let's go over these. Let me see. I got all my little skills here. Okay. Let me see. Oh. Y'all can see my screens. Y'all can see my screens now. Y'all know I'm in Cindy Ghetto with the pieces of paper. Oh my gosh, Raina. Don't give Joy no ideas talking about he innocent. He ain't innocent. Okay, y'all, put a B if y'all can see my screen so we can go over the skills our mom be having, the skills that pay bills, okay? Let me see, and I got my little Slytherin up. Okay, y'all, so these are some of the skill sets that mothers have that we absolutely love, okay? First off is project management and multitasking. And so this is a list that we give over to our writers. And what we do is that when they have someone who has gaps in their resume because they have mother gaps, right? Taking off work to raise children, things like that. This is a list of skills that we give them so they know how to write it on a resume. So y'all getting a real deal holy feel, okay? So first up is our project management. Now, project management is when you're able to make sure that a project is gone all the way to completion. Now, project management is not only a career field, but it's also a skill. Okay, it's a skill. So these are the skills that we place on the resume. And this is about coordinating team projects, managing deadline, and aligning resources. That's what y'all do. Team projects, all them damn kids, making sure everybody gets to their correct destinations, after school activities, making sure that the homework and everything is done on time, and making sure that there's enough money to get everything done that needs to be done. Okay. This one, emotional intelligence. Oh, ideal roles. And these are some ideal roles for mothers who love this skill more than anything. Now, remember, skills pay bills. And so, underneath each one, we have roles that we move mothers into who say, you know what, Admin Sam, Admin Lane, Admin Joe, what I love doing more than anything is the logistics. I like the play by play. If this is you today, if you a mama be today, you like, I like the play by play. These are ideal roles that really hone in on these skills. And so we'll use these skills and reinvent. And I'm going to show you on the next page how we do so for project coordinating roles, operational roles, program management roles. These are it. My favorite. You're welcome, Maya. Y'all gonna get all the honey today, okay? Okay, hey, y'all gonna get all the honey today. All the honey. So, emotional intelligence and conflict resolution. Okay, navigating fights, tantrums, teenage moods, emotional meltdowns, as well as your call has been forwarded. My bad, y'all. As well as being able to do emotional intelligence when it comes to as your kids grow, right? And that translates over to managing teens with empathy, having effective communication, right? This is great for people operational roles, customer success roles, right? And client facing roles. This demonstrates leadership, patience, and even emotional maturity. Okay. This is excellent, 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 excellent roles for those of you guys who are looking to go into more roles such as people operations. Because having effective communication is so big. And many times, this is not something that someone could learn in school. This is something that has to be learned on the job, so to speak. Okay. You have to be able to actually be a part of conflict before you can have effective communication, because conflict is a part of communication and not everybody have those skills. There's a lot of introverts. People say, "Oh, I don't like to speak to people." Mamas, y'all ain't got no damn choice. You can't just say you ain't speaking to them kids. Okay. Vero said without losing composure. Okay. Girl, you ain't lying. You are not lying. Clear communication and instruction. Now, this one is more so about conflict, right? And being able to navigate negative emotions and handling negative communication. But there's another one, but that's about clear communication and instruction, right? I think 2 weeks ago we discussed mommy manager versus daddy director. And one of the big things about it is about having clear directions and instructions, right? So, not them fighting that they don't want to go to bed, but explaining to them why they got to, right? Giving them clear goals and why it matters to them, but doing so with clarity and kindness, okay? So, writing clear emails, giving presentations, onboarding clients and employees, right? And this is excellent, excellent, excellent skills for training specialists, administrative assistants, and marketing coordination. These are the roles where moms come to us and say, you know what, Sam, one of my favorite things to do is to give the directions. I like to put some shit in order. Okay. I like to let them know this is what we're doing. This is the reason why. This is how it gets done. These are the roles that we were like, okay, we need to move her into training. Okay. Now we went over three. I got a few more, but let me know. So far, which ones would you say you are as a mom? Do you like the clear communication? Do you like the emotional intelligence? Or do you like the project management? Which one y'all like the most so far? Okay. Oh, hey, Lane.
Hey, can you hear me better now?
I can.
I had to
Look.
switch spots.
Lanisa says she a mama five. Lane, how are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry for the technical difficulties. As soon as you're trying to do something, that's
I
when
saw.
the internet wants to start messing up.
I swear to
As
God.
soon, like all day was fine. When I'm trying to handle business, now it wants to start acting up. So I had to switch positions. So I had to leave the office. I'm like, all right, maybe it's the office. Let me get on the laptop. And I was like, please, come on, God. You don't let this happen to me. But yes, I'm back. Let's go.
Yeah, so we were just discussing what do you feel like as a mom? This will be a good spot right now. What do you feel like as a mom that you took with you into running a business?
So definitely was structure. Structure, having a plan. I cannot operate without a plan. Now, before I had children, I was winging it. It was like, it was just me, living life, enjoying myself and just on my time. But with kids, you can't sleep in all the time. You gotta make up, you gotta get up, make sure that they eat breakfast and make sure that they have their day going. You gotta take them to school or you gotta homeschool, whatever your situation is. So I had to learn how to be more structured and organized. That is definitely number one, is having a plan. And the plan is not always gonna go as planned every single day. Like it's not gonna be perfect, but at least I have some tasks on the list that I know I need to go and do so my day can go smoothly. So that's definitely number one.
See y'all and see what she's discussing. She's discussing project management,
Yes. Yeah.
coordinating, managing deadline, aligning resources, right? So I will say that, and I told y'all, Admin Lane got me together. Okay, so she is a good at the project and the management. Okay, I was a full ass project for Lane. My
Yes,
God,
yes, yes, absolutely. But you're one of my favorite projects, so we're not even gonna complain. That's a part of business. You know, you're gonna get some projects that are okay, this is gonna be harder than usual, but we have to embrace challenges. That is a part of life. So you are one of my favorite projects, so I will not complain ever.
thank you. Susan said, no, Lisa said admins are being phased out and underpaid. Now, Lisa, it depends on the type of company, right? And so, what we have to understand is industry versus title.
Yes.
Industry versus title, right? So, to give you an example, one of the administrators that will never be phased out is an executive administrator because every executive needs to have an admin. And usually, that is an excellent role for a mom because moms have the ability to be able to manage multiple projects at the same time and meet those deadlines. So, when we're talking about operation assistant, and let's say, for instance, the operation is a CEO, being that executive assistant to there is not something that will ever go away. And you know, Lane got a fan club. Low. Look at your fan club. Admin
Mhm.
Lane. Admin Lane.
Where? Oh my gosh, I want to see.
You know, mommy Holt is here.
Hey
Okay.
y'all. The mom's in
Hi,
the house. It's our time now. Yes.
now, I will say, since we're talking about moms, let them know what is your mommy and situation. What's your kids, they ages, what you got going on at the house?
Yes. So I have 5 children, 5 amazing blessings, and after 15 years, yeah, my son's about to be 15. After 15 years, I'm
15.
finally yes, 15 in June. Yeah,
Oh my
crazy.
God.
After 15 years and 5 children later, I'm finally embracing and not being sad about having 5 children. I'm embracing it. Like anytime I'm talking to someone, I'm always directing and leading with I have 5 children. And one of the reasons why I do that is because it's to let you know not to play with my funds because I have a family to take care of. So I'll always lead with 5 children. But my oldest is Ahmad Jr. AJ. He is going to be 15 in June, and that is the one that I made all the mistakes with. And I have no regrets. All the mistakes I've made with him, and that's we ride together forever. That is my baby boy.
They
My
call that
first
one the
daughter,
tester baby. They say the first one is the project baby. That's the tester
yes,
baby.
that is
When
the
you was
project
figuring it
baby.
out, you like, what are you and what are we supposed to be doing together?
Yes, like I just make sure what's going on here. But yes, absolutely. My second is Zion Nicole. That is my little diva. She is just like me. She has my attitude. She has my spunk. She has my humor. I see myself in her, and she is 13. I have my third, which is Drew. That is my second daughter, and she is 10, and she is the one that reminds me of Mama Lane. She takes care of everyone. She looks out for everyone. Her little sibling, she always checks on us. That is her thing. Like she has to like make sure everyone is good. And then we got the monsters. That's supposed to stop at 3. But I met someone, yeah, because they are monsters. They are.
You got
After
big
having
boots on it to two more.
yes. So I stopped at 3 and I was good with my 3. I had gotten divorced and I was, being a single mom and I was good with that. And then I met someone and he said that he didn't have any children and I thought he was lying because it's like who don't have kids nowadays? But he didn't have any children. And I was not trying to have any more, but he bamboozled me during the pandemic to have more kids. So I have my 4-year-old Kanai and I have my 1-year-old Sakani. They're both boys, and they are some monsters. They was just fist fighting like an hour ago. Like they are crazy, but they keep us on our toes. So that is my little family. We are a crazy bunch, and it is a wild house in here, but I love it though. I love it.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Her daughter is so cute. Zion is adorable. Adorable. Our girl
You.
Kay talking about she got twin 5-year-olds. Kay, you in the belly of the beast. She got a
Wow.
4, 11, a 9, and 2 twin 5-year-olds. Now, Lane, now you heard what Lane said. I will say we got a section in here, y'all. If y'all became a mother again or for the first time during the pandemic, and you got a pandemic baby, I want
Yes.
to let you know your leadership and your emotional intelligence skills are off the fucking chains. Because them pandemic babies, I've looked at them. They different. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. I don't know, Lane. But the pandemic babies, the mothers who had to raise a pandemic baby, y'all got a special set of skills. Now,
Yes.
one thing they don't know is that you homeschool
Yes, I do
and run a
homeschool.
business.
Yes. Yes, and run a business and working black on the job.
And work at back of the job. Would you say, because one thing you did a lot was financial literacy, right?
Yes.
And a lot of the skills and things, would you say you learned it from corporate America, or what skills did you think that came from your mothering that helped you open your business? Like, you know what? I got these skills now that I'm a mom.
Yes, absolutely. So one of the skills I will say is outside of corporate is budgeting because of having a family. Now, when you have multiple kids, there isn't unless, you balling like that. But during that time when I was paycheck to paycheck, I could not ball out. So I had to make something out of nothing every single time.
Mhm.
And what I loved about that and what I learned from that is my kids never really paid attention. They never really saw us struggling, which is what I'm so thankful for. But I learned how to budget because of motherhood. Like I learned, okay, this is what we need. I learned research because of motherhood, being able to see what stores I need to go to get the best deals. I made sure that I got my computer skills together. So that's looking at different spreadsheets and not just writing things in a notebook, but having some sort of structure to where I need to see where every single dollar and cent is going. And that's how I ended up using those skills along with working at a financial institution to be able to open up Ramit Financial. It was because of what I had to endure as a mother of 3 in the beginning to be able to see, okay, I'm not the only one that's going through this. There are other women, other moms, other young ladies who are going through this as well, whether you're starting school or you have one child or 2 kids or 3 kids, or it's just you and your husband and you're trying to figure out, okay, I need to get my finances together. And I thought that maybe someone doesn't have the amount of time to do all the research that I did. And I'm talking about research like babies are sleeping, I'm up researching. I'm looking at YouTube videos. I'm reading books. I'm making that my hobby now because I wanted to change my financial situation. And that is how I ended up helping other people. And it started off with me helping 10 people and just being able to see, okay, I want to help you with this. And I just want to see if it can actually work for you. I know it can work for me, but I want to see if it can work for you. And if it could work for you and I get 10 testimonials, it's a wrap. And that's exactly how it started.
Yes, yes. And you know what? I will say that one thing that I noticed that Admin Lane does very well is the fact that she gives those very clear instructions. So when Lane first started her business is right around the time her and I met. And for me, like running Black on the job, this was new. Okay. And to be honest, there is no rule book. Okay. Black on
Yeah,
the job is a very unique company. Okay. Very unique.
it is.
And, Lane was able to help teach me finances in a way that, for y'all know, I got a high school diploma. I'm a college dropout. And the fact that I believe that she had younger kids, some people don't like it. I will tell you, in corporate, it's extremely important to be able to break something down like you're 5 years old. And that
Mhm.
is something that, if you've been in project management, if you have a director or a leadership role, you know that's the number one thing. Explain it to me like I'm 5 years old, right?
Yeah.
I need very clear step by step instructions. Okay, so how do I budget, right? What is a budget? I didn't know I needed a budget for the budget. That was a conversation she had to truly break down for me, because she was like, okay, Sid, you need to have a budget. So I thought that as long as I had a section that everybody was paid and my bills was paid, everything left over was admin cents. Okay, that was what I thought. Let me tell you, I went around and bought a Mercedes on her ass. Okay. She called me one day. What do I see here? Are you running your credit? I said, oh, I was getting the car. That's not what we discussed. We discussed the budget. I said, no, I did what you said. You set the budget for the payroll. I paid it. She said, so what happens if you don't make any sales this week and you got to pay payroll next week? I was like,
Mm,
oh, this is not like a one-time thing. I thought you meant look at how much money and I got in my account and you put some here and then you put some here and then the rest is for me. She's like, no, that's not how that go. Okay. So
it's not. It's not. It's
Latoya
not.
said she called it Barney style. But Latoya, I'm gonna have to coin that because I'll be honest with you, I did not know that. Now, you didn't have to have any CPA or any degrees within finance, but you have went on to teach financial literacy for corporations. You get
Yes.
contracts on that. Kind of talk to me
Yes.
like what have you done now that you've, as a mom, you learned how to budget. All them kids running around. Then you help businesses. Then you start helping corporations. How did that go?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really about relationships. So sometimes it's not always about having the fancy degree. And let me tell y'all, I'm back in school now. So I'm back in school and I am going into the legal route. So I know finances and I know structure and project management, but I also wanted to learn the law and be able to help different individuals and businesses in that aspect. But for me, it was really understanding and really taking advantage of the knowledge that I already have and selling that. And the way you sell that is by being yourself and building relationships. A lot of times we don't want to put ourselves out there. We don't want to connect with different people. We don't want to show people the special skills that we have because we have imposter syndrome. We tell ourselves that we don't know enough, that we don't have enough experience, that we don't have the degree, or we don't have a bigger degree. Like we have the bachelor's, but we don't have the master's. We have the master's, but we don't have the PhD. And that is not needed. A lot of times people just want to know the knowledge that you have so that way they can incorporate it to meet their goals. And what I showcase to organizations and businesses and corporations is a transformation. This is how I'm going to transform the problem that you have into a solution that is going to help you meet this goal. And that's all that I do. I do that in grant writing. I do that in budgeting. I do that in financial management. I do that in project management. I do that in operations. I want to be able to show you the transformation. And once people like you and once people get to know you and they trust you, they're going to give you tons of work. They're going to give you tons of work because once you do a good job the first time, they're just going to keep coming back. And that's essentially what you want. You want to work whatever it is like you want them to come back because there's nothing like repeat business. I love it.
And I will say what Kimberly was saying was heavy on the imposter syndrome. Kimberly, I will say that one thing that sometimes I've noticed in moms is that they're so good at pouring into other people.
Mhm.
When I was building Black on the Job, it was extremely scary. Lane
Yes.
had a way of talking me through things and building me up in a way to where I understood very clearly what my purpose was and where I was going. That was
Yep.
very difficult for me at first, y'all. And sometimes when I get moms with imposter syndrome, I'm like, why y'all got the imposter syndrome? It's because y'all out here pouring all of your courage into everyone else. But
Yeah.
if you were to revert some of that back into yourself, you will see just how much more skill sets you guys have. One thing I will say that a lot of times moms don't give themselves credit for and they don't
Yeah.
go after is leadership roles because of the
Yes.
strategy. Oh my God, Lay. So I
Yes.
got some place for them. But as a mom, wouldn't you say that like having strategic thinking is one of the most like critical skills you use?
Yes, it is. It definitely is because you are literally raising children.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're raising the next generation. You're literally raising the next generation. There's so many things that you're pouring into them and there's so many ways that you are setting them up for success to be around other children, to be around other people that's going to be in the next generation. Leadership is something that a ton of moms do not even they don't even touch on because they think that they have to be this big leader in corporate or they have to be this big leader within their business. They have to be this big CEO to be able to produce leadership skills, but it's already in you based on your experience, based on what you're going through, even if you are leading the people in your family, your
Yeah.
cousins, your siblings. That's all leadership. Being able, if especially if your family, if you're the one that your family comes to for everything, come on.
I'm
Come on.
telling you, these are some of the bullets that we placed on resumes for moms. For instance, this was a role that we had built. So each one of these example guides are roles that we built out. So, for instance, manage multi-child academic coordination across school, therapy, and extracurriculars. Maintain 100% appointment consistency and time access to services. Build structured daily routine using visuals and consistent methods. Reduce behavioral outbursts and improve child-led independence. Develop differentiated learning supports for neurodiverse children, improving reading fluency and comprehension by second grade level in 18 months. These are real skills that you guys have that you guys use every single day. And when it comes to strategy and leadership, a lot of times you guys, I see Jateri, was that you that put that comment? Let me see. Yeah, Jateri talking about I'm afraid of leadership roles because I won't have the time and energy to dedicate to the work. And the thing is that you have the capacity and the capability because it's something that you do naturally. Like moms are natural leaders. You guys, within your capacity, it's within your capability. You will instinctively create systems that will expand.
Yeah.
Girl, if you got knocked up tonight, I bet your ass in 9 months will figure out how to do some more leadership and strategy. It's just built within you. Don't you
Yeah.
think that the logistics and strategy of one child, as you have more children, unless even if you was tricked like Lane during the pandemic, y'all got too bored. I was bored. I can't. Let me tell y'all. Side note, I kept telling Lane ass. I said, "You and Vince locked up in the house, bored and shit. You running your business. He gonna be running some business too." And he ran a business, y'all. That man said, "I'm gonna have me a kid." But as
Definitely
you
was
have
bored.
more kids, Jateri, you will be able to lead and develop more and more people. You can naturally do so. Naturally, as a mom, even if you run into a crisis or conflict, a lot of times we have to go back to getting out of pop therapy because some of us got a little bit confused. We got a little confused. It's okay. We're going to roll it back, right? As a mom, if your child is in a crisis, do you have time to say, "Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this"?
No,
No.
no, never. Never. You got to figure out a plan right then and there. Literally, you could be having a crisis. I remember I hid in my closet to cry. I was having a bad day. I hid in my closet to cry. I just need a good cry. Next thing you know, my son opens up the door and he tosses his cup at me. He wants some juice. He sees
Oh
me
my God.
crying. He does not care. I don't care if you're crying. I did not ask to be here. I'm thirsty. You need to give me some juice. That is just what it is. What do you think I did? Well, give me some time. I no, I wiped my tears. I got up and got him some juice because he's my boss.
Exactly. And some of y'all done made a lot of bosses talking about stand up for team of five. One of y'all done made a lot of bosses. Okay. Y'all be making
Team
bosses.
five.
That team five here.
Team five, absolutely. Yeah, I be crashing out every week, but this is just a regular thing. You wipe your tears, you get back to work. You
Yeah,
know, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I have no regrets. I love the position that I'm in because I know that it was made for me for a reason. If
exactly.
I couldn't handle it, it would have been given to me. Now everyone can't handle multiple children. Like they simply can't. But it is a great skill to master. And you don't have a choice but to master it, or it's going to master you. So it's like you have to make a decision. Are you going to ride it out and enjoy it as best as you can? You literally have one life, or are you just gonna let it run you? And I just was not letting it run me. And also, you guys know, like when you have multiple children, people look at you like you crazy. You have to embrace that. You have to embrace
Right.
it because people will look at you like you crazy. Oh yeah, you've been sleeping around, and so listen, it is what it is. You have to embrace having those kids because you never know what those kids are gonna grow up and become. Like your little baby could be, the next rapper, buying you a mansion. This person, your son could end up being a heart surgeon, saving people's lives. Like you are bringing amazing children into this world. You might as well enjoy it and enjoy it with a purpose. So a lot of people ask, like, how do you have time to do all these things? It's just I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do what I enjoy doing as well as taking care of my children in the process. I don't want them to look at me like, you know how it is, like if you grew up with multiple children in your household and you saw your mom struggling and unhappy, you always felt like, dang, you kind of feel like a burden. I didn't want my children to feel like I had all of them and now they're a burden. I couldn't do nothing with my life or I have so many
Mhm.
regrets. I never wanted that, which is why I try to go after everything I want and I bring them alongside with me. Y'all gonna see exactly how it is. And that's
Yeah.
all I can do.
And I think that I wish that we could see more language around that when it comes to the resilience that moms have. You get what I mean? I really felt bad. I ain't gonna lie, Lane. I was telling you about it. Like I felt bad when we got into our culture like this thing that like as a black woman, we're going to get an extended season of only keyword rest. And I'm
Mhm.
like, how is that going to happen when 3 out of 4 black women are moms? They're not about to get 6 months of just rest. That is so unfair to teach this mindset of like, oh, you're a black woman, you deserve rest. You deserve rest. You deserve rest. I'm like, first of all, they crying in the closet. Okay. Second of all, especially like you say, you had a period of time to where you had your 3 children. It was just you and the kids. You get what I
Yes.
mean?
Mhm.
And when you're having multiple children, or even one children, y'all, because I heard some of y'all one and done, and it's like, oh my god, Lord have mercy, right? How that season of rest it's not a season, it's a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a moment of rest. But it kind of put people in a position, I feel like, to make them feel that if they didn't have a life of ease, that they were doing something wrong, when in reality, it's because they were the ones doing something right. They
Yep.
were the ones that were going that extra mile to raise good, happy, and healthy children.
Mhm.
As they were doing what is right, it was almost as if another layer of demonizing the black mom. Of like, oh,
It
yeah,
is.
there's a season of rest. I'm like, these women are getting a moment of rest, and they're grateful for that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, but I don't know. I ain't got no kids. Have you had a season of rest in the last 15 years?
No. I would consider my season of rest. Okay, so no, because a season is literally what, 3 months? That's a season, right?
I would say about 90 days.
Yeah, about 90 days. No. And even if someone was to give me 90 days, I don't think I would be able to actually get rest. I would literally be worried. I would be worried. Like I co-parent with my ex-husband. My ex-husband, we have shared custody to where my children will go over to his home every other weekend. That is our schedule. And then during the summer, they'll go one week out of the month or 2 weeks out of the month. So we'll alternate depending on, now that they're older, it depends on how they feel, or it depends if their cousin's going to come in town. They'll spend more time there. This is their primary home, so they're more comfortable spending more time here. But they're usually at their dad's house. And I would say in the beginning, the first weekend on and off, I was worried because I'm like, they're used to being here. What if they don't have everything? I need to make sure that they pack extra stuff over there. Then I had to learn, like, no, they're gonna be fine. They gonna be fine. I need to chill out and let this man be a father. Let him do whatever they missing. He gonna figure it out. And if they gotta struggle a little bit over there, then that's what it is. That's their dad. And then as they got older and we started doing 1 week to 2 weeks, that's about the only rest that I get. That's about it. Then they coming right back. And that's not I don't feel like that's a season. That's really just a moment. But at any time, if they're over there and they say, "Oh, we want you to come pick us up," guess what I gotta do? I gotta go over there and come pick them up and bring them back home. So it's like it's not really a season. Because if you think about it, if your kids are gone for 3 months, and my mom used to do this. My mom used to ship me off to Brooklyn for 3 months, last day of school up until the day before the first day of school to my grandmother's house. But we don't really do that anymore, where we're shipping our kids away for the summer to go be with a family member, because we are more worried about what can happen to our children. So no, that I don't feel like a season is,
No,
yeah.
no.
I need a trimester of rest. Listen,
Tracy, I'm trying to tell. Look, y'all, my mama got a season of rest because I was in foster care and she was on drugs. Okay, that was the only rest she got, and I am making her pay for it. Okay, I see George. Is it Georgina? I think I said. I know Denisha. Denisha said that she got a season of rest now because her kids are grown and she an empty nester. Denisha, let me tell you. Anytime my mama move, I move. Okay. Y'all grandma, y'all think when your kids get older? No, I got about $200 worth of food right now in my mama house that as soon as we get off this live, I'm about to go steal. Denisha, you lucky. You lucky your kids ain't hearing this live because you're getting too much rest now. You mama for life. Y'all in this for life. So you guys have way more
life.
skills than you guys realize. Now, Delane, I know that you've worked within companies too, even within corporate contracts. Do you
Yeah.
feel as though some of the skill sets that you have learned in mothering has came along even within corporate, not just when running your business?
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you think about it, when corporate, they're working with human beings. They want to feel as if they're working with someone who's not a robot. So some of the skills that I was able to establish, having the aspect of tools, them systems that I use within my own family, work in the structure, or whether it's or whether it is anything help with the project. Some other things is really looking at that. A lot of
Uh-oh. I think Lane internet went out for a
things.
second, y'all. We can hear you now, but your internet
Okay.
going crazy.
I
No,
know. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. I'm so sorry, y'all.
no, no, I
I
got
gotta get another
it.
upgrade.
You
um,
see?
oh, is acting up again? Yep,
No, no,
it
no.
is.
I'm saying it's probably your kids downstairs streaming.
My kids don't scream. Not yet. They need to. They need to go ahead and make us some money. Let me stop. But no, they don't scream yet. They don't scream yet. They have asked me, but get them grades up and then we can talk.
Okay, so repeat to us what skills do you think that corporations or have corporations talk to you about? Oh yeah, you clear now.
Yes. So I would say the skills is definitely operations and having that structure as far as being able to provide tools and systems. There are different tools and systems that we use within our household
Oh
that we do not really. Can y'all hear me?
yeah, I
Okay.
can.
Cool. Okay. There's tons of tools that we use, especially within our family households, different routines that we have that is able to help us within different corporations. I would really look at all the things that you do throughout the day within your family and really notate that. Create case studies. Look at things that are ways that you can improve them. Look at different things you can put in place, and it really really will be able to allow you to see how that can be incorporated with different corporations as well as organizations.
Yes, yes. I will say, even here at Black on the Job, one thing that we do lean on lane about most is strategy. Now we have to change the name on the resume. Okay. But here goes a resume from someone who was a mom of four and how we restructured it. Now she's actually working now as a instructional design court specialist. I'm sorry. And this is how we have restructured her um, mom life onto her resume that got her the job. So she got hired back in 2024. So let me show you guys how we did it. I put it backwards so you guys can see how we built on it, but her resume was the other way around. Okay. So some of the things that we pointed out was designing personalized education plans during remote learning disruptions to ensure academic continuity, resulting in maintained client level learning progress despite systemic gaps. This is her making sure them kids went to school during the pandemic. Okay.
And exactly. Exactly. This is exactly what I do. This is exactly what I do.
This is how you say, look, y'all, the kids all of a sudden have to start going to school on Zoom. And I had to make sure all them kids was at school on time. Okay. And
Hmm.
see, what we did is we called the kids clients. Okay. I'm giving
That's
y'all
what
some
they are.
feedback. Okay. Yeah, because they're your clients. Delane said they're your stakeholders, they're your bosses. Okay.
Yes, they are. They
They are.
are. You're not
Yeah.
lying.
They're lying. This is some real stuff. Mentor peer stakeholders through coaching and resource networking, resulting in building rapport in an 85-member virtual learning community focused on access and regulation. She had ended up taking all the other kids' moms and the school and started a Facebook group, and they was helping each other with the kids and their homework. This is what we put on the resume. Okay. Look at this. Conducted forecasting and adjusted resource planning to sustain learning environments, resulting in preserved instructional capacity and support tools during financial instability. This
Mm,
same kids was eating her out of goddamn house and home because they was home all day. And so she had to adjust the financial budget of the household because they was going to be
mhm.
hungry eating. Okay. Conducted forecasting and adjusted resource planning. I thought all I needed was lunch money. Now I need breakfast money, okay? And dinner money. So this is how we rewrote it, okay? Okay. Develop SOPs to minimize cognitive overload and streamline stakeholder engagement, resulting in an increased routine efficiency and participation. She laid down the rules and the law. Okay. She demanded standard operating procedures. This is how you gonna keep my house clean. So you don't give me a headache. Right, and you don't learn how to talk to me right up in this household because we all up on in this house together all damn day, right?
Yep.
And so they was able to do their chores on time and participate and not get their ass whooped, even though we don't whoop ass no more in the black community online no more, supposedly. Y'all know y'all be lying online, but it's okay. And like all black parents they not ass whoopers no more as a collective. They say that they don't whoop ass. That's what they say. That's what they say online. That's what they say
We
online.
gentle parent. We
Y'all
gentle parent.
gentle parents and shit. Okay. Built and implemented structured learning workflows to improve participation, engagement, and reduce behavioral disruptions, increase independence and learning ownership. Okay. Kay
I
said
love
she had
that.
kindergarten on Zoom. Oh, Jesus, girl. This was you right here, Kay. This was right here for you. Coordinating logistics across academic, therapeutic, and wellness related appointments for multiple dependents. Achieved 100% service access and stakeholder satisfaction. Apparently, them kids like their therapists and shit.
Yep.
Right? They like their therapists. Okay. So we had to build it out. Okay. Design inclusive learning strategies using visual tools and customized supports, resulted in document skill gains and higher engagement for neurodiverse learners. Now, I got this sentence actually, Lane, from looking at your shit that you had going on. I saw that you had bought all them Amazon wallpapers where you had all your
Yes.
teaching tools.
Mhm.
Okay, so if y'all buying teaching tools, y'all got the alphabets on your kids' I said classroom, bedroom. This is what I did. Inclusive learning strategies using visual. She didn't say she made the visual tools. She said she created the strategy. Okay,
Yep.
using visual tools. You know how you be having the alphabets and shit on the walls in their rooms.
Yes. Periodic table, the weather, the
Okay.
the days of the week.
Okay, yeah, we use all of it. We use every single thing that moms do. Facilitating restorative communication using trauma-informed methods. Strengthen. Okay, so this was supposed to be a funny. This was her teenager was talking back to her, and she used trauma-informed methods. Y'all decide what that means for y'all. I
This is
know,
smart. Oh my gosh.
all I know is I heard her daughter was back on a team. Okay. And it was good from there. Okay. System thinking in multi caregiving homes, manage multi stakeholders. There go my moms and multiples. Okay.
Hmm.
Relocating projects, balancing care continuity, budget adherence, and time control. Okay, building synchronized calendar systems, directing critical incident response planning and execution during emergencies. That's when that badass son of yours do some shit you wasn't supposed to do.
Yes.
Okay,
Sneaking snacks.
sneak. Not the snack sneaker.
Sneaking snacks, girl.
Okay.
Literally cleaning their room, coming out with bags of trash. I'm like, what's in the bags? Girl, it's snacks. You thinking you running out of food, but it's because they eating all the food. Crazy. Crazy.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh. Now, when you saw that, you say these are the big things that you do as a mom. How about y'all, bees? Would y'all say that's what
Yes.
y'all
Oh,
do as a mom?
absolutely. Absolutely. If not more. That is perfect. Literally perfect.
Oh
Perfect.
my gosh. Yes, this is exactly what y'all do. Now, I want to show you guys what we got for you guys because what I did now, you already know what you're going to say, Lane. I always do too much. You know, I
No, you don't do too much. I think you're a good giver. That was back then. Back then I used to be like, girl, no. But
no,
no, I get it. I get it now. It is you are a great resource. And it's
oh
needed.
my God, it's
It's
needed.
needed.
It's needed.
It's
It's
needed.
needed.
Absolutely.
And because it's needed, y'all, what we got for y'all is that we got all the roles listed out. So what I did was is I went ahead on the website. Y'all gonna say where y'all can find it. I'm gonna show you guys. Now I started to put them in order, but there was so many leads that they was giving me at one time, y'all. So they're a little mixed jumble. But these are roles based off of the skills you guys use as moms, right? So when
Hmm.
you click here, you will see a role for you. Okay. I looked up a lot of remote roles. This role is remote considered. And one thing that I want you guys to know is like, as you guys can see, and that's the reason I want to show you guys the resumes first. As you can see, they're not asking for a degree for these roles, right? Experience with release of information and medical records. We just discussed how y'all doing it as a mama. Okay. We just discussed that. We just discussed how you have experience with working within the healthcare industry. We got this, okay? We got this,
Hmm.
okay? Here goes some more rows, okay? Here goes another one. Yeah, it's filled up, y'all. It's filled to the brim, okay? I, w- Qualifications about you.
You're
Is
amazing.
safety a part of your day as a mama, Lane?
Yes, absolutely. Let
Okay.
me tell you, Sakani just fell off the couch 2 hours ago, walking
What?
on it. Yeah, just fell off the couch 2 hours ago. Had to hurry up and assess his wounds, and then give him a nice little treat and tell him to go about his night. Every day is something new. Every day. So
Okay.
yeah, you work in healthcare, you work in operations, like you work
Look,
in education.
you have a knack for figuring out hard problems and enjoy a hands-on approach to your work. Okay.
Yes.
You are looking for long-term projects. Okay. You enjoy getting your hands dirty with your team. Okay. You have a
Yep.
bachelor's degree, or you see this capital or 5 years of equivalent work experience. Okay. I also told y'all you have project management skills, ability to resolve complex issues. I told y'all. I went ahead and I snuck in a honeypot and I spoke to some of our trusted companies and I asked them to pull roles for moms. Okay. These are roles for moms. In this role, we are looking for somebody with sales engineering experience, solutions architect that's being able to do solutions. Some of you guys have some technical skills. So these were roles that we did for our Mother's Day to make sure that you guys have roles that you guys can apply to. Okay. But I told you I was getting them organized at first. We got some of our payroll bees here today. Okay. We got some of our payroll bees. Yes, we thought of you guys. Okay. Now, this role was the only one that was on site, and this is for Kansas, but we got bees everywhere. Okay. We got bees everywhere. Related field. None of these are heavy on degrees. Okay. So y'all have excellent, excellent. I even found some social media roles, Lane. Look at
Oh,
that.
I love those. Those are the best.
Okay, okay. Cause y'all was scrolling. Okay.
Those
3
are the
years of
best.
professional experience with social media. Okay. Excellent social media skills. Okay. An interest in Facebook and stuff like that. Yes, y'all, I got the whole situation. Now, y'all said somebody asked, how can we get these skills on our resumes? That's the reason why today's live was to talk to you guys about the importance of the resume review. One of the things that we do in that resume review that we find most useful is pulling out your key skills. Is
Yep.
pulling out your key skills, even your key skills as a mom, right? And that's why the resume review. Oh, Katina says she in Kansas. Okay, Katina. Okay. Okay, Katina.
Okay, Kansas.
Okay. Now, despite everybody's best efforts, and no matter what nobody asked me, the resume review being $30 is something that we never change. And one of the main reasons why is because we want to make it accessible, especially for those of us who have to have a budget that goes far, right?
Yep.
That resume review will help you pull out those skills, even if you like, you know what, saying, I got a $30 holla, but that's all that I got. Okay. All I got is that $30 holla and I got to figure the rest out. I'm a mama. I got to put two and two together. That's perfect because we want to make sure that that's what you can do. Now, you want to find everything, right? We got it right here on the website for y'all. Okay. You go right here. You get your little $30 holler right there. Okay. Grab it for $30, right? And your remote careers are right here. Now you click this and you'll be able to get those list of jobs that we was just looking at. Okay. So
Mhm.
it's right there on the top. Now you want to make sure, as one thing that we know more than anything, being a mom is about being prepared. So you don't want to take your raggedy ass resume that you ain't got reviewed. You ain't had nobody look at it. You just put some shit together. Don't be applying for roles like that there, talking about I'm a B. Okay, don't even do that. Yes, Zell. Yes, Zell. We got the list for y'all. Zell said nice. Yes, yes, yes. We got the list for y'all. So y'all can go ahead and go straight to the website and make sure y'all have it. Now, Delane, I want you to tell them about your sneaky thing that we've been talking about that we about to be doing. Okay. I will tell y'all
Yes.
how we came up with this idea. Now we got our mama bees, the $30 holler, Amber, $30 holler. Get somebody to look over your resume. Now, I know the resume review, the good thing about it is that these are done live. This is not something to where you send your resume in, you don't speak to nobody. That's not what that looks like. In our resume reviews, you're going to be speaking with another Black woman. And everybody on Team Mamas, am I the only no mama? Oh, me and
That
Tori.
is hilarious.
For who do the resume reviews? Just me and Tori ain't no mamas, huh? The rest of them mamas. Okay. You got a nine times out of 10, you're gonna be speaking with another Black mama. Okay.
Yep.
But they're all trained. The resume review is a live call. You get the Zoom recording, you get the notes back, you get a little resume goodie bag, you get everything you need, and they're gonna speak to you. You could talk to them about, hey, I haven't been working in the last 4 months. I've been raising my kid. Okay, you and your kid, we're gonna put that stuff on your resume. Okay. We gonna make sure we have that happen. Now, I was talking to Delane and we had a little secret conversation. Okay. And I was I'll take the fall. Lane, she got kids. They probably don't need to see this one day. But I'll take the fall and let y'all know what I was talking about. Okay.
That is hilarious.
I'll let y'all know. I told Lane, girl, what you gonna do when your kids get older? Because other people raising their kids, and it's not like we always like the way them kids come out. We don't even like the way the parents came out. So I know damn well I ain't gonna like the kid, right? I was like, some of these parents ain't came out good enough. So I know damn well the kid ain't coming out too good. And so what I realized is that there are a lot of gaps. I thought the 80s and 90s babies had gaps, but these new kids got different gaps.
Yep.
Okay. And a lot of it has to deal with entitlement. Because your ass is entitled. Okay, I'm be honest. You entitled and you raised badass entitled ass kid. You know it. You ain't gotta admit it right here, right now. You can keep that to yourself. You can just feel that in your heart, okay? Because we both know it's what you are. You know, you raised that kid a little bit too different. You was trying to go against your parents, so you was letting your kid have whatever they want. You feel me? They walking around them ethical draws. You paying $60 a draw, okay?
Right,
Y'all was
kid.
like, y'all know you was that child. Your mama didn't buy you no Jordans. Start fucking around buying them kids Jordans, and then money wasn't touching the green, but they still want Jordans. Those parents. So what we decided was that we want to create a Jobby Junior summer program, but this year, before our Jobby Junior summer program is always over 2 weekends. And we usually concentrate just on career development. We discuss how to move into different careers, um, roles that they should look into going straight into college. This was for our high schoolers, but we have a bigger issue, and that's the attitude. And so this program will be a little bit different. We want to, Admin Lane is building it out, and
Yes.
we want to address your kid's character. Be honest with y'all. Some of us didn't do the best of job raising kids with good character. And they then have to become adults that have terrible character, and they are lacking effective leadership, communication, resilience,
Yep.
initiative. They're just lacking those skills. I put it to you this way: when we talk about the women, us in our 30s and 40s, and we talk about ain't no good men around, it was our mamas who raised them terrible ass men that we dealing with. Okay, it was our mamas. They were 9 times out of 10 they was raised by a single mom, and I don't know if the cookie wasn't finished being baked. I'm not for sure, but the last batch of men we had out here, I just want to call some of these mamas up that was having babies in the 80s and 90s and be like, what happened? What did you do? Like, what happened?
Yeah. What happened?
You almost want to bring her son back to her and be like, is this who you raised? You can have this one back and we need a return policy. Okay. There's too many of them that need a return policy. So we don't want no more children that need return policies. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to address character. And on a serious note, a lot of times it's not us, it's the society, it's other people, kids. They've had influence on your children. And so
Mhm.
getting them college ready, when they talk about college readiness, that character portion got to be a big portion of it.
Yes.
So Lane, kind of talk to them about what you got in mind for the summer.
So what I have in mind is before we even talk about career readiness and before we even talk about getting them ready for college, and because a lot of times as parents, as moms, we want to get them ready for college. People are already reaching out to me about scholarships. How can my kids go to the best schools? What do they need to start working on now? We need to make sure that they are emotionally ready to be able to make that transformation. A lot of times we're not getting our children ready emotionally, we're not getting them ready mentally before we're putting them out into these schools, before we're putting them out into the world at 17, 18, 19, and they're not really ready, especially the boys. Like the young women, I remember being 19, you couldn't tell me nothing. I left home and I figured it out. But I figured it out. I went back home when I got pregnant, but I still figured it out. I still ended up leaving. And I said I was going to figure it out. But as women, we always figure it out. But if you're also raising a young man, it might take him a little bit longer. Like you can see that when you're literally potty training boys and girls. Boys take so much longer than girls when it comes to being potty trained, even with how they're developing, how they are in school. It just takes them a little bit longer. So especially with the young men, we want to make sure that we are providing them with this level of accountability versus having apology, understanding what that Black experience is, navigating the world Black, making sure that they understand these statistics and what the world is coming up for, like what the world is coming to, and making sure that they're respecting authority, they're understanding their ego. We're setting them up for failure. Like there are things that you're gonna fail at.
Mm. Oh, your internet lane.
Oh,
I
can you hear me now?
can't.
Okay, just already.
I could tell by the video it ain't gonna be for long. You gonna have
Okay,
but as she said, absolutely. Accountability is one of the biggest topics that we have within the program that we're building out. Accountability is going to be big. Empathy,
yes,
initiative, accountability. Are you bad? Let me see.
yes. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes.
Okay.
Accountability is going to be huge. Empathy, initiative, as well as boundaries and confidence, right?
Yes.
Being able to not be taken advantage of on these college campuses. We didn't see some terrible things that happen. I'm not talking about fraternities or sororities, but somebody in our community just, passed away due to hazing. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? And and the parents, one of the things they said was like, I wish I would have known. And so we have to start making children that are more grounded in their values, right? And it takes a village. And so we're villagers. We want to
Yeah,
make sure,
absolutely.
yeah. But
Eh,
Delane, what do you think some of the struggles is probably with having multiple children? I would assume that it's probably hard raising children at different maturity levels and different age groups, that some lessons do get missed. You need help.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really about setting aside time for different for if you have multiple children, you have to set aside one-on-one time with them in groups or one-on-one. Like if you have two children, it is important to set aside one-on-one time between each child. With me having five, I set aside time with the two oldest because they usually are together the most. So the two oldest, sometimes with my son alone, but usually they're Irish twins. So the two of them I spend one-on-one time with. The girls I spend one-on-one time with, and then the young boys I spend one-on-one time with. It is important to spend that alone time with them to really understand what are some things that they have going on that they may not want to discuss around their siblings, and just making sure that when you are building that type of confidence, that when they're around other people or in other activities, they don't feel as though that they have to do certain things to be able to fit in. When you have
Mhm.
a level of confidence like that, you won't feel FOMO and feel like you have to do certain things to have this village or to be accepted, because that is why a lot of children are getting hurt, not just physically but emotionally, because they want to feel accepted by people, and that is because of a lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it is so important.
Yeah. Like I said, Black on the Job had just did that workshop for the kids, youth 18 to 24, and just seeing some of the it's not, I'm being honest, it's truly not the kids' fault. They just truly don't know. They don't know.
Mhm.
They don't know how to fill out an envelope. They also, we had one lady that was a part of the program for the workshop that we did that got kicked out. And it's because she said she was trying to let them know she was going to be late. Now, this was her third lateness. But when she said, she was like, I was trying to let them know I'm missing. Well, Miss Cece, I was trying to let them know. And I had to tell her, like, what do you mean by trying to let somebody know? Did you call or text or email or anything like that? And she was like, no, but like I had intentions to do so and I was trying to, I just forgot. And so for her, she really felt like she was being done wrong and wasn't heard. She kept saying, Sin, I'm not being heard because I really did try. And it was difficult for me to walk her through that of like, you thinking I should do this and you having the heart to do so is not the same as you doing it. And the fact that you
Mhm.
did not do it means that you're not the person that's wronged here. So I was trying to have her, like, take accountability. And she's like, well, I told them sorry, I took accountability. I'm like, no, that's an apology. Accountability would have came with a plan or some action. So you need to walk up
Yep.
there, say, you know what, I apologize for being late. I had intentions on letting you guys know, but I did not do it. I promise
Mm-hmm.
if I'm ever late in the future, you guys will know at least an hour beforehand. And I will make sure that if I have something going, because she has some issues happen the night before, that if something happens the previous night, that I at least send an email just in case I don't get to it in the morning. And she was just like, well, why would I need to apologize? Why would I need to do that if I've already apologized? I've already taken accountability. And I kept walking her through it. And it took a long time. It was like a 3-hour conversation. And I realized that she didn't mean no wrong by it. You get what I mean? But she's 21 now. And
Mm-hmm.
there was another student that we were helping. He had walked out of the DMV building. They had took him to get their driver's license. And so he called me and I was like, hey, we have our interview prep. Did you get your driver's license? He was like, nah, they told me that I didn't have the right information. I'm like, who is they? The
Yes. Who is they? It's always they.
Right. He was like, the people up in there. Who? Who said that? Turns out he was talking about another damn customer. I said, boy, if you don't get your ass back up in that line. He was like, well, Miss Cece, they told me I wouldn't be able to get it. And I had to walk him through that of like, you don't accept the first no, you get clarification, you ask
Mm-hmm.
for a supervisor and how to do so. So that's when me and Delane came up to this. And I'm like, you know what? This is not a lesson. Like, I'm sure if I were to talk to his parents, they'd be like, boy, you didn't know that. It's not as if parents are purposefully missing these lessons, but from the amount of men that are not available right now, okay, this is a good check in to say, you know what, we're coming upon a time and again to where there are some critical lessons within critical thinking, empathy,
Yes.
initiative, accountability, that if these next kids don't learn, they won't survive in college. I had sent you that article that, Harvard University came out and said that most of the kids that were in the last 5 years are struggling with reading a full book. That because high schools only allow kids to read excerpts when they assign a full book, most of the kids are overwhelmed in the entire idea of reading a full book.
Yeah, that is very, very true. And it stems into adulthood because the average American only reads one book a quarter.
What
So
you mean? In
the average
90 damn
American,
days?
the average American reads
In 90
4 books
days,
a
Delane.
year.
You are Delane, you lying.
I'm not lying.
4 books a year? I'm not
Yes.
judging y'all. Oh, we on live. Let me stop. If that's all you done read, no, I ain't about to
But the
play with y'all.
average
Pick up the
American,
damn book.
average American. So if you read more than 4 books a year, you were doing better than the average American.
What you
Yes.
mean 4? Like
Yes.
4?
Yes. 4. 1 book a quarter. 1 book a quarter.
We got to get it together as a community. That way the average be clear folk average. We don't need this to be black people average. This must be
and
clear
and
folk.
people and people think that you have to read, like, people think to be a reader you have to read a self-help book or self-development book or a business book. And no, there's plenty of genres. Pick one and enjoy. I read urban fiction, I read self-help, I read spirituality and Christian books. I read all types of books. I read branding books, marketing books, finance books. I read black romance, urban black romance. I read spicy books. I read all types of books. Pick a book that you enjoy
It
and
don't
read
gotta be
it.
long neither, guys. Y'all can pick up some Zane. Don't make me start.
Yes, Audible books count.
Don't make me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kindle,
Oh,
Audible,
Audible.
reading is diverse.
Also, you can go to your public library, and most public libraries I have seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, we got some librarians in the group, you get free ebooks. So if you want an Audible book and things like
Yes.
that, if you go to your public library,
Mhm.
you will get free books. Oh, and then I'm gonna let y'all off. A portion of the workshop is going to be for parents. So Lane, let's talk about parent
Yes.
accountability. That's my favorite subject. Y'all not off the hook. So And for this
Yes,
summer, what's the parents'
absolutely.
job?
So the parent's job is a lot of times when I'm speaking with different parents about resources for like the summer, because with everything that's going on with different things within the state, people are losing, different types of funding. So there's a lot of programs or that may not be available coming into the summer or next summer. And a lot of times, a lot of parents are trying to figure out, what am I going to be able to do with my kids? So we're going to make you accountable in finding things to do with your children because there are tons of different activities right in your own backyard that you do not know about because you're not looking. And these activities and these different resources are very low costing. People think that, I want to take my kids to Miami, Orlando, Disney World, all that stuff. That's an arm and a leg, that's 5,000, 10,000. I don't got that type of money. You don't got to do all that. There are different ways to still get out the house, get some fresh air, enjoy time with your children, and it does not have to break the bank. So we're definitely going to teach you what you need to do, how to find that information, and definitely keep you accountable on making sure that you do different things like
Yes,
that.
Delane, what was it? Yours was North Carolina. What did you show us so they can get a little sneak peek?
It was kids
Was it
for, let me look
Raleigh?
it up. Hold on. It was kids for I believe kids for Raleigh. I have a
Oh,
saved. Let me
funforrallykids.com.
Yes, fun for the number 4,
Now,
funforkidsraleigh.com.
Delane's a homeschool.
No, fun for
Yes.
raleighkids.com.
Now,
Yep.
Delane's a homeschool mom. So she showed me this. So if you're in Raleigh, North Carolina, she showed me all of the different educational and resource things that they have. If you're in Raleigh, North Carolina, y'all, they got horseback riding. Where's that calendar at, Lane? Click here.
If you go
Yep.
right there,
Let
hmm
me see.
check out the events calendar. Okay, scroll
I think
down.
it's loading too. Yep. Oh, here it go. The kids calendar. Look at all these
Yep,
events. She was showing us that things are happening every single day in North Carolina.
every single
Y'all see
day.
this every single day, and the cost of these things were like $10. They weren't expensive at all. Most of them were free. Look at this, 12 and under. This was $20 for a vintage marking day. The kids 12 and under were free. So a part of the workshop is also going to teach parents how to find low cost to no cost activities for their children. Look at all these programmings for the city of Raleigh, y'all. Look at this. This is amazing. Museum Life and Sciences at Durham. Yes, look at this. This is kids under free again, 12 and under free again, and all the different dates that they're doing it. Look at this, y'all.
hmm
Okay. So that's one part of the workshop for this summer in July too, is teaching parents how to find these type of resources for their children because we're just not doing it, guys. Lane was telling me as a homeschool mommy, will she be going to these events? She be the only black mama, maybe one other. So
Yeah,
and North
yep.
Carolina,
One other one, and we be nodding like, "Hey,
right?
girl,
So we're gonna do a little bit.
hey."
I,
And then when you see another black mama, you like, "Let me hang with her. Let me hang with her. Hey, girl, like let's stick together. It's only us over here." That's how it always is. It's like, dang, like, and I live in a very
yeah,
diverse city. We have Asians, Hispanics, blacks, whites. We have all types of different races, but I only see one other black mom.
one.
And I'm not talking about just weekdays because there's working moms as well. So you're not always going to be available during the day, but even on the weekends, I don't see no one that look like me. I'm like, dang, come on.
What's going on? What's going on? So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and end it. I want to let you guys know we want to make sure that all the moms are taken care of. Make sure you guys sign up for your $30 resume review. I will say that we will have a special little a honey drop coming for our moms who order packages over this week up until Monday. We're going to be giving out free LinkedIn profile developments for our package bees. The keyword there is package. Okay. So if you're a mom and you get one of the packages, you will definitely get that extra little bit of honey. And I am very excited for our summer program. Having our public schools and
Yeah,
right now, especially with so many programs and stuff being cut, it's the time to know what other free resources are available. We're paying for it. Shit with our taxes.
Yeah, our taxes are definitely paying for it. So why not?
Yes.
Why
Crystal,
not? Take
take advantage.
advantage.
Crystal said our public library has a sale twice a year. Kids books are 50 cents to $1, and adult books are one to $5.
Sometimes they have events where they give you boxes for free.
Boxes for free. Okay. Now,
Boxes. Boxes of
before
books
I
for
go,
free.
guys, here it goes. The list is right here on the website. All you got to do is go to the website. You can sign up for your resume review, and you can sign up right here to get your list. It's going to be right here in blue. Okay. Any of them, Suzanne, but the middle one is the upgrade package. That's middle of the road. If you want the most budget friendly, do the career change. And if you like, girl, I ain't doing shit, get the makeover. We'll make you over. Okay. All right, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Denisha. Thank you, Denisha. See, Denisha, that's because Denisha ain't got no kids at home. She talking about it's on the site, ladies. She all organized and shit. Her kids grown, y'all. Y'all almost there. Don't start over tonight. Don't
We almost there. Not me. I got 17 more years with the last one, but we almost there, y'all. We
We're
almost
almost there.
there.
Don't start over tonight. Don't start over tonight. We don't know what the content
Don't do it, y'all.
is
Don't do
tonight.
it.
Okay. Okay. If you want to book your resume review, all you gotta do is go right here to the website and you're gonna see grab it for $30. Boom. Right there on the website. Boom. Okay. All right. And we'll have more information on the kids program. I'm very excited for that one. Ooh.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I'm very excited, very excited. But I'm in the group. If anyone has any questions or anything, just let me know. But yes, I am in the group, so I will be available.
Yes, and we're gonna have Lane back. We're gonna be nudging her to get back to her financial literacy. Cause Mama Hope would tell you we was learning, y'all. We was learning together as a hive. We learned about our taxes and shit. We gonna need some help, Lane. We gonna need some help. We had some financial credit situations. We back now. Okay? We back now.
We
We back.
back. We back. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Just let me know. I'm
Oh,
here.
so all the honey is right on the website. We watch you guys. Lots of love, Joy and Honey. Delane got her kids. She got to get back to, and Joy is looking at me crazy. So love you guys. Thank you, Lane. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye, B.